Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday. TGIF. It is June the 19th, and we're here to look at the rest of the cozy mysteries that were published this week. We started them on Monday. We're finishing them today. Hope you're having a good day. Lena says, good morning, PK and Chat. Good morning, Elena. How you doing? She says, I'm good. Today I'm going to the movies to see Toy Story 5 and then having lunch at In-N-Out. That sounds like a wonderful day. Oh, I hope you have a good time. Kajan said, morning, we have today off, so I get to join in and not just listen. Well, look at you. How wonderful. A 3-day weekend. Kajan says, morning, Elena. Hope you enjoy the movie and lunch. Elena says, thank you, Kajan. And Mary says, good morning, PK, Cajun, Elena. Well, good morning. Happy Friday and day off for some. Sounds like everyone is going to have a fun day. Day off and movies and lunch out. Yummy. Cajun says, morning to Mary. Yep, government holiday for some, I guess. So, yay. All right, so quick announcements. Don't have any sprints tonight. Don't do them on Friday night. Next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. They go for 5 hours. If you want to read a book, work on a project, I'll be crocheting. I'll need to crochet because the crochet powers that be were not with me yesterday. I had to rip out an entire round. Round 51. Did it wrong. That was a lot of yarn. So, that's the nice thing, though, about that kind of hobby is you can rip it out. Unlike paint, you can't really take the paint off. You guys have any plans for the weekend? All right, first up, Recipe for Murder by Marla A. White. This is second in the Pine Cove Mysteries series. Mel O'Rourke traded her LAPD badge for the quiet life, running a bed and breakfast in tiny, quirky Pine Cove. But when Jackson Thibodeau, the charming cafe owner who broke her heart, stumbles back into town, her tranquil second act is toast. While attending a culinary academy in New Orleans, Jackson found the body of a classmate. The police rule it a suicide, but Mel's instincts and Jackson's near miss with a bullet scream murder. Between a cooking school full of shady suspects, a reformed cat burglar for a sidekick, and a complicated love triangle involving the deputy sheriff, Mel has her hands full. And then there's Burbage. I actually kind of like that cover. Cajun says, oh no, I guess you caught it before you go too far beyond it. True. He changed the pattern at that row, and I didn't know it because I didn't watch farther. That'll teach me. Mary said, paint over paint. My paint. Oh, it would have a dozen layers. True. And Christian says, good morning. Well, good morning. How you doing? Welcome in Friday. Cajun says, Thibodeau, that's where I'm from. Is it? And well before we moved to Georgia. Well, this would be like going home. If, I never like books set in Montana because they never get it right. You'd have to investigate and report back. Cajun says, morning to Kirsten. Mary says, hi, Kristen. All right. Where were we? Madame Pompette Drinks with the Devil by Libby Castle, 7th in the Madame Pompette's Tea Shop. Autumn is deepening in St. Luke's upon the Water, and Charlotte Pompette, ex-circus fortune teller, as one is, turned tea shop owner, is looking forward to quieter days. With the village settling into its cozy rhythms, her biggest concerns are moderating a local vendetta, keeping Delphi and Taro out of mischief, and nursing an increasingly grouchy Inspector Owen back to health. Until a local pub landlord, Denny Horn, is found hanging in his cellar, that is. Suicide seems the obvious verdict. Denny was drowning in debt and divorce proceedings, but when eager young Sergeant Honey Bryce asks for Charlie's help on her first solo case, Charlie's instincts tell her something's not quite right about Denny's death. Reluctantly adding police consultant to her many job titles, Charlie finds herself untangling a case so twisted that even her sharper cold reading skills are put to the test. And there's one place she absolutely will not go, that pub cellar. It's dangerous territory, and Charlie knows better. until she has no choice. As Secret Service and danger closes in, Charlie discovers that sometimes a fortune teller has to risk everything to catch a killer, and that rescue might come from the most unexpected quarters. And Kirsten says hello back. Villainy in Valence by Christina Crane, 7th in the Wandering Walk Mysteries. The lavender is in bloom, the Michelin-starred chefs are in attendance, and by Thursday morning, one of them is dead. Cece and Finn have parked the Wandering Walk at Valence's prestigious gastronomy week, where 2-star chefs and food trucks share the same park, and the sense of summer drifts past every stall. It should be a perfect summer in the Drôme, sunlit markets, raviolis fresh from the kitchen, Finn's sister Ellen visiting from Hawaii, and falling for France one perfect tomato at a time. Then a celebrated chef is found stabbed with his own knife, and no one seems particularly sorry. Between serving laksa to front-of-house staff and dealing with a cat who loves ham just a little too much, Cece begins to notice things. In a community where everyone had a reason to want him gone, who finally broke? Mistletoe Mutts and Muffins by Catherine Michael, 12th in the Whiskers and Whisks Whodunit series. Hang on. Needed a glug. Wherever Alex Bailey goes, trouble follows, even in paradise. Retired attorney Alex Bailey has traded courtrooms for coastlines. This week, all she wants is to finish her quilting project, enjoy Henrietta's muffins, and survive the island's Christmas in July gift swap. But when a priceless botanical hybrid disappears, Alex can't ignore the evidence or the fact that the thief is still on the island. With just a week until the cruise ship arrives and a very short suspect list, Alex and Kibbles must unwrap the truth before someone gets away with more than just muffins. End of that road. Dorothy's Pet Therapy. God Has Prospered Me by Anna K. Payne, 13th in the Emily's Cats Mysteries. When a call for help from her rehab roommate arrives, Dorothy's predictable routine takes an exciting turn. She's about to launch a cat therapy service. With Robbie's mischievous leaps and Susie's soothing purrs in tow, she forges a heartfelt partnership with the local rehab nursing home, where laughter mingles with healing and every whisker finds a clue to the mystery within. Meanwhile, Lola flourishes into a plump, contented feline. I want to be that. As Oliver's wounds finally heal. Across town, Ruth and Randy wrestle with the unexpected return of Johnny's biological father, even as Emily and Lucas find their newlywed bubble bursting, with foster siblings adding laughter, love, and the occasional mess to their professional lives. Not far off, Fen and Chun brace for double the tears and giggles as their twins turn two. Where's the murder? While Jed and Shannon welcome a baby boy whose first cries herald both challenge and grace. Through each twist of fate, Faith threads the stories together, proving that fresh starts, playfulness, and pause hold the power to transform every heart. Where's the mystery? I get this is a sweet one, but did I miss it? I read every word. Boy. Mary says, how's Keo these days? Haven't heard much about him. Hope all is well. He's doing good for a stretch. The meds, the new meds on top of the other meds seem to be helping with his eyes and other stuff, so he's doing good. Right now he's going, we have to go again. Isn't it the weekend yet? A Resolute Woman by Sarah F. Knoll, 17th in the Tabitha and Wolfe Historical Mystery Series. When renovations begin at a long-closed counting house owned by Sir Samuel Montague, workmen uncover a concealed panel containing a family heirloom, a secret letter, and part of an old ledger. What they find is more dangerous than anyone anticipated. The letter suggests that a woman erased from family memory once held a lawful claim that could have changed the fortunes of several families. The missing pages of the ledger may reveal who paid to keep that truth buried. Before Sir Samuel can decide what ought to be done, one of the last men able to interpret the accounts is found dead. Now Tabitha and Wolfe must follow a trail through city offices, old records, and respectable households to uncover the missing ledger before it vanishes forever. The secret hidden behind the panel is not merely a scandal from the past. It is the motive for murder in the present. And how are your babies, Mary? Your sassy butt babies. Cajun says, glad the meds are helping him. Indeed. And we found out how to get, because it makes dogs throw up, so he gets a little bit of food in the morning just to put something in there, and the pills are frozen, and then plop down. Mary says, glad to hear it. Yeah, thank you. Mary, another gray day here in Virginia, but still no rain. Oh, but I heard a farmer say we are 17 inches below average this year so far. Not good. Not good at all. No. We are kind of in the same boat. I don't know what the numbers are, but we need rain too. Some people are getting too much of it. They need to share. Secrets in Deepwater Bay by Anne Rose, 5th in an international foodie mystery series. Following a clue about my father's last known location, Reed and I head to Hong Kong, thinking this trip is all about healing family trauma. We couldn't be more wrong. Our welcome dinner at the Deepwater Bay Golf Club ends with a shouting match between two of Hong Kong's most prominent families. Then we get an offer we can't refuse. Find Empress Dowager Zizi's lost crown jewel for Macau's most powerful man who claims to be our biggest fan. Finally, a paying gig. Except our potential client runs a crime syndicate. Saying no to the mob? Generally not a good idea. Reed and I debate our options. Before we can decide, a body turns up on the 9th hole. The victim? The man who had intel on my father's whereabouts. So here we go again. Chasing dead leads, dodging a mob boss who thinks we're Indiana Jones, and untangling a family mystery that's been buried for generations. Turns out my estranged father and that priceless jewel have more in common than I ever imagined. Grandma always said I could survive any mess I whipped up. Pretty sure this one's a winner. A real recipe for disaster. Well, if you're looking for a country or looking for a Hong Kong type of book for whatever readathon you're doing, bookmark that one. Murder at the Palace by Frances Evesham, 9th in the Exham-on-Sea Murder Mysteries. When Libby Forrest and her husband Max accidentally gatecrash a housewarming party at Priory Manor, the Somerset home of Major Chalfont Smith and his wife Dawn, they discover an odd mix of local characters. Why has the new owner, a retired army major, invited this peculiar combination of family, old friends, and new neighbors to the party? When one of the partygoers unexpectedly dies at one of Somerset's loveliest beauty spots, Libby finds her murder antenna quivering insistently. Who has a motive and are more murders planned? Can Libby and Max uncover the secrets behind the crime? I hate it when that antenna quivers. End of that road. Moving right along. Mary says, girls are doing fine. Yeah, gave me a scare. Oh no, well, go, but all is well. Okay. She is 10 and Bella is 7, getting up there, even though they live 15 to 17 years old. Yeah, that's when it starts to hit. Oh, I'm glad she's okay. Cajun says, we are now in a moderate drought. It was extreme, the second worst level. So hopefully, if the rain we had move it, it'll help up there. Indeed. Yeah, and then up here we have fires in the summer. So, never a good combination. Cupcakes, carols, and catnip clues. by Victoria L.K. Williams. Oh, join Holly and Ivy Bell. Those parents need to be. As they, along with the help of their troublesome cat Frosty, solve the mystery of the missing choir director. While the trio searches for clues of the missing woman, is the cat really helping? Holly steps in to direct the children's choir, and Ivy is volunteered to bake for the holiday party. The only problem is that despite Holly's musical experience, she has never worked with kids, and Ivy is a disaster in the kitchen. Add in Frosty's tendencies to find trouble, and the mystery quickly turns slapstick. But there's a deadline. The choir director must be found by Christmas Eve. Can the Bell sisters overcome their obstacles and solve the mystery? A Hair's Breadth from Death. There's a happy title. By Maya Black. First in the Thistle and Hair Mysteries. Well, that's cool. Cajun says, my poodle had to take a pill daily for his epilepsy, and it was easy peasy. He just took it. That's the way Keo is, thank God. The cats, it was horrible. I was glad to find a compounding pharmacy here so we could get it as creams. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky. Keo has his thyroid, his Apoquel, and now these, whatever these are. He's a good boy. She inherited a bookshop, a cottage, and a rabbit who keeps finding bodies. A rabbit. When London archivist Clover Ashwood inherits her estranged grandmother's property in the Cotswolds, she's looking for a fresh start. The crumbling cottage needs work, the antique bookshop needs customers, and the village of Bramblevine Hollow is full of people who remember the Ashwood witch with uneasy respect. Then she meets Bram. The solicitor's letter mentioned one rabbit with specific instructions for his care. What it didn't mention was that Bramwell Thornwood III is a 3-pound Polish rabbit with ice blue eyes, a velvet-lined travel basket, and the ability to walk through her dreams. I knew there's going to be something. It also didn't mention that he's 300 years old, or that he's about to lead her straight to a dead body. The village's most disagreeable antique dealers found murdered in the ancient standing stones, and Clover, the suspicious newcomer with a witch for a grandmother, is everyone's favorite suspect. With a skeptical inspector, I bet he's cute too, for breathing down her neck and the village gossiping about curses, Clover must embrace abilities she never knew she had to clear her name. But Bram's cryptic dream messages suggest the murder is connected to a stolen magical artifact, and someone in Bramblevine Hollow will kill again to keep it. At least it doesn't talk. It probably talks in the dreams. They find a way. Spelled for Choice by Sarah Nofke, 9th in the Ella Bloom Mysteries. Running for office has always been cutthroat. In Glomington, it literally is. When the city council candidates start dying one by one, Ella Bloom and Malcolm Fox discover something chilling. The ballot itself has been spelled. Every name printed on it is marked for death, and the killer is running out of victims. With each new attack, the race to find the killer grows more desperate. Who in Glomington would want to silence every voice vying for a seat at the table, and why? Who wouldn't? But with the unseelie court closing in, Ella's biggest threat may not be the spelled ballot at all. Some races were never meant to be won. The spelled ballot is only the beginning. If Ella can't outmaneuver both a murderer and the queen of the unseelie court, Glomington won't need a new city council. It won't need anything at all. ... Oh, yeah. Cage said Shlomo had to have his thyroid meds twice a day. He would come tell me because he loved having the cream rubbed in his ears. Oh. That's wonderful. It's time, Mother. Holly Pets and Pudding by Cheryl Wright, 12th in the Whiskers and Whisks Whodunit. After the shocking news of her aunt's mysterious death, Rachel is surprised to inherit the Happy Hollow Bakery. Along with the bakery came her aunt's cherished senior pets, a precocious cat and a dog that was irritatingly protective. Adding to Rachel's unease were the mysterious sounds echoing from the loft above her apartment. Even after her best friend moved in to protect her, the situation worsened with every passing day. Would Rachel ever unravel the mystery of what was hiding in her loft, or would she have to live with the fear forever? End of that row. One more. Murder and Mayhem by Ronica Black and Tony Logan. Cassie Mayheim, mystery book store owner and self-anointed super sleuth, has solved every fictional case she's ever read. So when her best friend surprises her with an Alaskan whodunit cruise for her 40th birthday, she's ready to put her skills to the test. But the staged murder begins to feel all too real when Cassie senses danger lurking beneath the surface. For seasoned cruise performer Hannah Garcia, the scripted mystery is just another day at work, until she stumbles into a deadly twist she never saw coming and her life is suddenly on the line. As danger closes in, the only person she can trust is Cassie, the captivating passenger she just met. But Cassie isn't just another tourist, she's Hannah's only hope. Okay, I was going to say an Obi-Wan Kenobi quote, but I won't. As the ship sails deep into icy waters, they must unravel a mystery that's no longer a game, because this time the killer isn't playing by the script. That is it for this week. To the best of my ability in the website that I check out. Woo! We made it! Mary says, Cajun, love that name. Bobby says, hello. Well, hello. Good morning. I'm finally writing my murder mystery. Well, good deal. May the writing muses be with you. Cajun says, when Shanna showed up, I asked my friend how to say pretty girl in Yiddish. And then when she had the baby, he said, let's give them all Yiddish names. I love that. And you can see these cats being. Cajun says, morning to Bobby. Bobby says, hi to Cajun. Cajun, hope everyone has a good day and weekend. Well, yeah, you 3-day weekend person. I hope you do too. Amy says, hi, hello. Hi, everyone, and have a good day, everyone. I watched on TV mostly this morning. Oh, cool. Well, that is it for the new releases this week. Bobby says, sprints tomorrow? Why, yes, we do have sprints tomorrow for 5 hours. Caden says, morning to Amy. Starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, goes for 5 hours. So we got plenty of time to work on a hobby book or, snooze, whatever you want to do. That's okay. Starts at 3 p.m. We do the evenings every Tuesday and Thursday. We do Saturday afternoons. Next week, we'll look at a whole new batch of new releases. Hopefully, may they be plenty. And hope you guys have a good weekend if I don't see you. If I do see you tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. I have to go to work, etc., etc. So I'll pop off here. Everybody, please be well. Stay cool. Mary says, hi, Amy and Bobby. Thanks so much, PK, and have a great weekend. Have fun all. Enjoy your day off and the movie. To Elena, going to the farmer's market tomorrow. Ooh, cool. Yeah, you guys get it much sooner than we do up here in the northern climes. All right. And Bobby says, supposed to be in the 80s today. Bleh. I think we're in the 70s. That's okay. All right, everybody. As the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Om, lom, lom. Have a good day and God bless.